Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, however you are viewing this live stream. What's up? What's up, beautiful people, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen, boys and girls? What's up with you? Doing a live on a topic that I normally don't even care to touch, but as a messenger, a message came to me out of nowhere because I was just doing my normal routine. I was making some product up. You know what I'm saying? Making up some product right now. And I was listening to a video that has nothing to do with this topic at all. But obviously, for the message, it had everything to do with the topic. Because what happened was I fell asleep early this afternoon. I woke up early, did some things this morning. I was making product, and then I fell asleep. And then woke up, mid afternoon. And when I woke up, I realized I fell asleep listening to the 3 hour live that I was listening to. And hmm, when I woke up, I just heard something. It made me rewind, and then as I was listening, I was like, still trying to wake up and hear what I'm hearing, and a message just came to me. And actually, I got paused. The message didn't come to me. I wanted to investigate on what I heard. Okay, let me. I'm speeding. So I wanted to check out what I heard, and what I heard was something that was needed to be heard. And so that's what happened that made me do this live. Okay, I did this live stream, and I'm doing this live stream for a very important reason. And that's because Slew what it do, we are dealing with some serious topics. As you see, if our children lives matter, it's imperative for us to pay attention to this live stream in the direction of where I'm going. Because I'm not a person who paid attention to Polite, never worry. So I don't know Polite's situation at all. So this is a message that's coming from pure. You actually going to watch this message develop because I'm doing this message live with you. Okay, this live stream right here. This live stream right here is a special live stream because it's 100% natural. It's about to happen right with you in your eyes because everything that I'm about to do is something that I normally don't. Well, I can't say something I normally don't do, but it's something that I didn't even prepare because this is a live stream that I'm going to check. Everybody who I'm about to investigate is someone I never investigated and check out. So everything right now is just 100% because I didn't do, my homework. This is just 100%. I just went, saw something, grabbed it. It's like one of those copy paste type shits, and I can fail. I can either pass with a great grade, or I can fail because the teacher's going to pull my card and be like, yo, this is copy and paste. Well, I'm about to put together my project with you right before your eyes. So pick me up, join in, be part of this in full investigation of how deep this rabbit hole goes. Because, matter of fact, I need an image of this dude, so I got to pull up an image. So I don't even have and all the things I just pulled up. I don't even have an image of Polite because, like I said, this to me wasn't even about Polite. It's about the depth of the whole itself and who he could be in my eyes. What type of individual that he could be, even if it's not him. What individual he could be that's out there. That's why this live stream is very important. He just so happens to be the carrot. He just so happened to be the mannequin in the store window. You know, he just so happened to be the scarecrow out there. He do look like a scarecrow. He just so happened to be the scarecrow out there in the cornfield. So that's what the light is for this live stream. But this live stream is really about the monsters behind the scenes, the predator monsters behind the scenes that creates these individuals right here, the little agents. Because the agents keeps this energy going. The agents keeps the spells going. The agents keeps the curse going. The agents keeps the pain and suffering going, which creates the momentum for that energy, for the monsters to prevail. As long as you have agents doing their works for the little trinkets, the little trinkets and the little tiny little crumbs that they get, while the monsters are living a great life in control. And as long as we can stay focused, as long as you will stay focused on the little agents and keep allowing the monsters to escape, there will always be an agent to pop up to do the little dirty work. It's like little spies. It's some real COINTELPRO type operation. It's some other type of COINTELPRO. Folks, this is a major takeover. So where are we going with this? I'm gonna play the video that led me to go into this rabbit hole. Okay, I'm gonna play the audio of the video so that you can hear what I was listening to. Let me remove this real quick. Okay, I did remove it. And so let's go. Like I said, I was listening to this guy talk because I paid attention to him for some years ago, over a decade, and shit, a long time, and over 2 decades probably. Not faithfully where I'm a follower, but just heard some things 2 decades ago and just paid attention to him as I seen him and like, you know what? We got some real topics to talk about in this world, okay? Outside this Jerry curl, perm, fictitious life that we got going on out there. And so as long as we got these distractions, keep being able to distract us from the real reality, these monsters, ladies and gentlemen, these monsters are going to get their job executed right before our eyes. So let me go into this video because everything, like I said, I'm putting together a puzzle, and you're going to be right here with me putting together this puzzle and this live. So as I go to this video, I just want you to flow with me as I, tiptoe through this delicate situation, because most people, especially our ladies, going to be looking at especially because they only going to see one side. But always remember, folks, don't just look at these type of predators, these agents, these type of predators, okay, one-sidedly. Don't just look at the poor girls, because when you think about pedophiles, you think of male pedophiles off the rip. I ain't going front. You think of that off the rip. The majority, if we was to do a poll, it'd probably be like 82% of the people instantly think of male when you hear pedophile. You know what I'm saying? Like if you do a poll and say, when you hear the word stripper, they'll probably say like 96% of the people will say they think of a female when they hear the word stripper. Okay? So it's like certain words that you hear and you automatically can put a face, a race, a color, a gender to it. So when we look at this word pedophile, we want to understand that it's two sides. So where I'm going with this, folks, I'm going very, very sincerely, so neutral that I don't want you to just stay focused on the one side, which is the distraction. And so many people, when they touch this topic, that's why to me is a failure. Or when you touching this topic, And I guess that's why I have to deliver the message of this topic. Because when you touch the topic, you touching the topic from, like I say, like a fruit level, as opposed to the seed and the root. If you can get to the seed and the root, you see the real monsters that's creating this tree, and that created these trees, that helped form these trees, that helped develop these trees to deliver these fruits that you want to speak on. These little rotten fruits. It's like, yeah, we know the fruit is rotten, but yo, how did this tree get here? How did this fruit get here? You know, and that's what we talk about. That's the real hot sauce that I'm about to deliver. All right. So let's get into my journey of this live stream. It started, like I said, from this video right here. So let's stop showing that one, right? Let me get this video right here. I'm gonna pull this video up right here because, like I say, this was what I was listening to at the time. Okay. I was listening to this video at the time. I'm about to put this on. And as I was listening to this video at the time, folks, like I say, I actually gonna go back to the video and listen to it again and probably again and again, because that's how I do it when I really want to get something that I want to get. So let me go. What the hell's happening to my live stream? My live stream doing some funny business right now. Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, so let me go back to this video. Apologize, folks. It's right here, boom. And we're gonna press play. So I'm going to give you at least 5 minutes, a moment of silence. Okay, I'm gonna let this person talk. Hopefully, okay. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, a moment of silence.
About the philosophical concepts and ideas that have given birth to what we call Christianity. Because Christianity as a belief system is based on far, far more ancient systems of philosophy and ancient ideas, which, as far as I'm concerned, is a basis for what might be called today a new world religion. We hear a lot of, especially Christians, crying about this new world religion and the new age and all the devil worshiping and the Luciferian devil worshiper and all this stuff about the new age. Well, I'm telling you that there is, in fact, a new age religion, which is actually the oldest religion on the face of the earth. And I personally believe that this new age religion that the Christians are talking about is the story in the Bible. The Bible is a new age document. And I mean, we could go into that for hours. I could show you all the scriptures on that, showing that the Bible is a new age document. And that I am totally, this is my Jordan Maxwell saying this, I am totally convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that Christianity as we have it today is a lost cause. It's a mockery. It's a joke. There's nothing very serious about Christianity anymore. It's a big joke. All you got to do is watch the TBN, Trinity Broadcasting. If that doesn't give you a laugh, nothing's going to.
No, you're right.
It's a sick joke of these effeminate, goofy, mentally disordered goofballs jumping around, hollering, hooping and hollering, and spitting all over each other and falling on the stage and going into convulsion on the stage and throwing jackets at each other and
Theater.
Yeah, it's a theater. It's a God show.
Yep.
There's nothing spiritual about it. These people are making hundreds of millions of dollars a month. It's a show. And of course, the scripture said that there would come a day when the entire world would be in the power of the wicked one, So the entire world is now completely lost. They have lost their spirituality. They've lost their connections with the divine. They've lost their money, they've lost their home, they've lost their government, and now they're just losing their minds.
It's embarrassing.
It's very, very embarrassing. Adults jumping around on stage, spitting and crying and jumping around, and they call that Christianity.
And they're so righteous about it.
And they're very righteous. Holier than thou. Jan and Paul Crouch. So there's a real team.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bonnie and Clyde.
Yep.
Bonnie and Clyde, Jan and Paul Crouch. Well, I had a friend who passed away, so I can talk about it now. He passed away about 5 years ago now. It was a dear, dear friend, and he had a PhD, a master's, in the Dead Sea Scrolls. He was one of the few people who actually had a master's, did his doctoral work on the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Wow.
And so he was a master on it. So I would sit and talk with him. This guy's got a PhD in the Dead Sea Scrolls, and he lived down in Huntington Beach. No, there's a Huntington Beach. No, Balboa Island. And he had gotten his PhD from Claremont School of Theology. Well, Claremont happens to be one of the 2 universities in America who actually has a full photographic representation of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Israel gave 2 complete photographic, top-of-the-line, clean, crisp photographic reproductions of the entire Dead Sea Scroll find. They gave it to America for safekeeping in case something were to happen in Israel with a world war. They did not want the Dead Sea Scrolls to be lost forever. So they made 2 complete sets and gave 2 of them. I don't know how many more they made, but they made 2 sets for America. And they're both in California. One is at the university in Claremont. Claremont School of Theology has a complete set of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Well, this doctor friend of mine got his PhD studying the Dead Sea Scrolls, and he did a doctoral thesis on the Dead Sea Scrolls, and his doctoral work was on astrology in the Dead Sea Scrolls. That was his doctoral thesis, was astrology in the Dead Sea Scrolls. No one had ever written about that. They had a little bit, John Allegro had talked about it a little bit, and some of the guys on the Dead Sea Scrolls Commission in Israel talked about it. But generally speaking, there'd never been a doctoral thesis done on the Dead Sea Scrolls and astrology. So he did it. And he did it so well, he got his PhD, got his doctorate because of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy was extraordinarily bright and brilliant on the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Jewish religion, the ancient Hebrew, all of that. And I used to go down to visit him all the time. I wish I could remember the doctor who was in Long Beach, who was also in the Dead Sea Scrolls Commission. He was down there in Orange in Orange County, but he was also in the Dead Sea Scrolls Commission. I'll think of his name. But anyway, so my friend who got his PhD on the Dead Sea Scrolls, we would sit for hours and listen to him. And he would explain the Hebrew religion, where it came from, who the Jews were, who wrote the Dead Sea Scrolls, and what was really in it that nobody knows. But then he told me, he says, and so I had my own church, and it was called the Church of the Americas, I think. He was asked to travel all over the world to give lectures on the Dead Sea Scrolls, etc. And he said, but after looking at Judaism and studying it and getting a PhD in it, I came to the conclusion that the whole entire story of Judaic Christianity is full of bull.
That's what got getting a PhD.
That's what it get from doing a PhD and getting a doctorate in theology, because you got to really do your stuff. You got to know what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
And in order to get a PhD in it, Well, because looking at Judaism and Christianity and a little bit of Islam, he said, but looking at Judaism and Christianity and getting a PhD in Dead Sea Scrolls, I am totally convinced the whole thing is a crock of bull.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yep.
And he said, so there are things in the Dead Sea Scrolls that will never be given to the people. Never. They will never be told. What's really in the Dead Sea Scrolls that the church in Israel does not want anyone to know about, and they ain't never going to know. And so he told me, and I feel better about talking about this now that he's gone. Anyway, he says, so had all kinds of accolades. I mean, when I go to his home, he had all these certificates from universities around the world that give him an honorary doctorate here and honorary doctorate there, and very, very smart guy. But he unfortunately became a confirmed alcoholic. And I don't think I ever saw him draw a sober breath. He was one of the most decent, kindest, funny, clever, resourceful, and highly intelligent guys you'll ever want to meet. Very interesting to talk to. I mean, my God, he could talk for hours on ancient different religions of the world, the ancient languages of the world. The guy's got a doctorate in the subject, you know? And so especially you want to talk about the Dead Sea Scrolls. Yeah, listen to this guy. And he would tell you stuff that is in the Dead Sea Scrolls nobody's ever heard. So he told me, he said, I became so disillusioned with Christianity and Judaism that I decided I've had enough. I don't know if I'm an atheist or not, but I don't know what it is I am anymore. I'm through. I'm through with the whole thing because I know too much. I've studied it too much now. And I know too much. So I'm no longer a Christian. I'm no longer care about the Jewish religion. I don't care about any of it. So he says, so with that kind of a background, PhDs, sought after all over the world to speak, you know what he ended up doing?
Drinking.
Absolutely. That's all he was. Just
Says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. He just said, he said, as far as I'm concerned, as long as I have a bottle and I have a nice home to live in, he did. He come from a family with money. So he had a nice home by the ocean. And it was always a beautiful home. Had a little pier with his boat and everything. And he said, that's it. I just want to stay drunk. I don't even want to see a sober day. And so he told me, and so I said, oh, I have a job. I'm going to work every day like anybody else. I said, well, where do you work? And he said, I work in a liquor store.
Discount.
Right. So, and I thought that was funny. Here's a PhD and doctorate in Dead Sea Scrolls, sought after doctor on theology and religion, all these years of background experience, world traveler. And today, you know, he works as in a liquor store. That's it. And he said, it's like going to heaven. I work at a liquor store. Got all the liquor I want. Bring it home.
It just goes to show you heaven is subjective.
That's right.
Yeah.
So he told me, he says, now so he was worked in a liquor store on, not Coronado, not on Balboa Island, but that city that enters to Balboa Island. What is it?
Newport?
Newport.
Yeah.
But he was a dear friend of mine. And we sat for days and hours, talked about theology and religion, etc. And he gave me stacks and stacks of documents that he had been studying, and he just gave it all to me. So here it is. There's all the stuff on the Dead Sea Scrolls. Nobody's ever going to know it, but this was my PhD. He says, take it and have it. So I've got like 4 or 5 hours of interviews with him in private, talking about the Dead Sea Scrolls and religion and Judaism and everything. But the point of all of this story is that when I asked him, well, where do you work? He said, oh, I still work. I can't do any, I can't just waste my life away. So I got to have a job, do something. So I work at the liquor store, just where I got all the free liquor I want, right? And he says, our best customer, who comes in about every 2 to 3 weeks, our best customer that comes in, they buy cases of 100 proof vodka, 100 proof this, 100 proof that, best of the best, top of the line booze, but they order it by the cases, 4 or 5 cases of this, 7 or 8 cases of that, as Paul and Jan Crouch. And he said, Paul and Jan Crouch, they buy more liquor than I could ever conceive that anybody could use. He said that they buy cases of hard liquor.
They're not drinking it. They give it away as presents
Yeah, I hope so.
to the congregation.
Right, to the congregation. And he
Correct.
said those people are profound alcoholics. He said, I've seen him come in here looped and have to have somebody holding him up, and he comes in. He's looped to the gills, and he's ordering 7 cases of this, 8 cases of that. He said, those people drink like there's no tomorrow. But if you understand, they're making hundreds of millions of dollars a month, and there's nothing else to do but drink and build beautiful homes for yourself and buy yachts and build homes and buy properties around the world and drink. Have a good time. It's a disgusting. And he said, these people are, to me, absolutely disgusting because they don't mind you knowing that they are drunks and they couldn't care less. They're paying good money. And he said, my company loves them. The liquor store loves them. These people spend a lot of money at the store. And he said, me, I don't care. I'll just take the cases out to the truck and put it in their big vans, load up the truck. And he said, Paul and Jan Crouch are alcoholics galore. You have no idea who these people really are and where the money's coming from and what they're really doing. And he heard all the stories. I know personally their bodyguards. The bodyguards come over and get the booze, and I sit and talk with the bodyguards for Paul and Jan Crouch, and they said, you have no idea in the world what's going on at TBN. But that's another story. Just understand TBN as a bunch of alcoholic, money bankers, money grubbing.
Running the show.
Running a show. It's called theater, the God show. They dance around the stage and make songs and have people coming in, dancing and singing and talking about the Lord Jesus. And for $29.95, no ups and no downs, millions.
That
and
much.
The people love it.
That's not astrotheology.
No. That's the modern day Christianity. But if you're really interested in the spiritual foundations on which ancient Christianity was built, not this modern day monstrosity of alcoholics and goofballs, but if you're really interested in the hidden, occult or hidden foundations that you've never heard before, where Christianity developed its ideas from, that is an extraordinarily interesting story about the foundations, the philosophical basis for the stories in the New Testament.
I'm gonna stop right there.
So
now
I have.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. And so I was like, Jan and Paul. So I said, let me go check Jan and Paul. So let me remove this for 2 seconds. And so I said, let me go check who Jan and Paul is. Because like I said, I was listening to that. I fell asleep listening to it. And I pretty much stopped right there. Because I said, who's Jan and Paul? So I stopped right there. I don't know what he's saying after that. I said, yo, who's Jan and Paul? So when I go and check Jan and Paul out, because, this man said that his boy, who has PhDs and dead scrolls and opened a church and he became an alcoholic after getting so much truth. This man, he actually became such an alcoholic that he just went crazy because of truth. And then, he looks at this Christianity that we see in this modern day age as basically another form of devil worshiping because of what you have out there. So I'm just thinking, I'm just putting it all together and what we got going on this internet and this YouTube. And then my mind just started playing tricks on me, start talking to me. So let me add this to the live stream real quick. Let me add this to live. Oops, not that. Let me add this. Let me present. Stop sharing that. Let me present this. So when you got to investigate. So I checked out, and I, I'm from this time frame too, a little bit. not 100%, but they was talking about a whole bunch of people. I mean, and that's what I want us to do. We need to really start pulling up all those people. They was talking about Tammy Baker, all these people. So Jan and Paul Crouch. So let's pull that up. I'm gonna share this to the screen, and we're gonna read some of this. Okay, we're gonna read some of them. What about them? I'm really gonna read because, like I said, I didn't read. I just pulled up, but I seen something because they was underneath a major investigation. Okay, so we're gonna read a little bit today. Today's the day that is raining, so we're gonna read today. So Jan Crouch, Wikipedia. Janice Wendell Crouch was born May 14th, 1938, and she died in 2016 of May. Okay, she was born in May and died in May. May 31st she died. May 14th she was born. That's some real. I love situations like that because it's very deep to me. That's interesting. But anyway, let's keep going. Was an American religious broadcaster. Religious broadcaster. See, when you get these little demonic people to become religious broadcasters, you folks get these spells cast on you. And you see this face right here. You see the hair. You see this image. That's the face of a Jezebel. Ooh. So, like I say, it goes all back to what I'll be talking about, where I'm going with everything. And the topic is Brother Polite. And we talk about the Jezebel spirit. And we talk about how this Jezebel spirit is being cast on so many folks. And how you have these millions, these men going around, these eunuchs going around, castrated from their manhood, going around doing the Jezebel beckon, whatever she needs, and she rewards them. And a lot of these eunuchs who still have their private parts, but they've been castrated from their manhood, they love the rewards of little girls, women, 8 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy. So let's get into it. So, like I said, I just put it all together because I like putting things together because you need people to do the dirty work. You need people to do the dirty work. Okay, I'm gonna do this live like a little. We're gonna be flip flopping through the different channels so that you can really get this network, so you can get this program that I'm delivering. We're gonna flip through the different channels so we can get this program that I'm delivering right now. Okay, so you need people to do the dirty work. Okay. Crouch and her husband Paul founded the Trinity Broadcasting Network. Now, I came across something I seen earlier. I just want to help and find it because it just popped up. But because they was in major trouble. I want to pull up the article. I just seen something else. I seen lawsuits. Okay, here we go. Let's go to this one. Okay, so let's just go right here, and then it's gonna bring me to what I'm saying. Okay, I'm dropping all the way down to this. I'm dropping all the way down because, like I said, I'm skimming through. I'm going to lawsuits. Second paragraph. Also in 2012, another of Crouch's granddaughters, the granddaughter, sued TBN, alleging that she had been molested and raped by a TBN employee at the age of 13. She alleged that Jan Crouch screamed at her and blamed her. Jan, see, like I'm about to go somewhere with this, but I didn't even peep this. You're catching all this with me. I'm reading this first time reading. I'm skimming through because I'm trying to find what I saw earlier. Because what I saw earlier was I saw words like molestation. I said, oh, once I saw the word, I said, okay, I gotta do this right here. I didn't read the article. I can't remember where it was at. So I gotta find the article so I can finish, skimming through that and fully read it. But right now, oops, I found something else. Let's go. Okay, I found something else. It's like I just fell in the oops door. Oops, what we got here? I'm going to read it again. Also in 2012, another of Crouch's granddaughters sued TBN, alleging that she had been molested and raped by a TBN employee at the age of 13. Because he felt it was okay because he's seen everything going on. So why not? Why not get at her? She gotta be down with this. Look at her. Look how she dressed. Look at how she looking in the pool. Look at her. I know she down with what's going on here. She know what's going on with the network. And what's even more crazier is that I seen another article. I hope I can find that other article about. I should have wrote the notes down, but like I say, I was just going through this like, yo, what's going on here? But I don't know if it was their daughter, but I think their daughter, she was stating. I'm gonna find the article, but she was talking about how like she didn't even know the level of where she was at in regards to hierarchy in life. She didn't know the level her parents was in economically. She didn't know that the people that she was around was not as rich as she and powerful as she. She didn't know because she was, I guess, she was going to great schools and around a lot of people who have rich stuff. You know how people be fronting, trying to be like the Joneses, the Johnsons and shit like that, the Parkers, the Adams. They trying to be like Adams family. So they want to compete. But she didn't know that they was nowhere near where she was at. So I want to find that article because, like I say, they the granddaughter was being touched because what you don't know what you in? You should know. Okay, so staff person wanted to touch her. She alleged that Jan Crouch screamed at her and blamed her for the assault. Now, Jan and Paul was accused of running some type of molesting situations. Okay, now I gotta get to that article. Let's finish this article right here. The employee was subsequently fired, but was never reported to authorities. I bet he was just probably sent to a different department. In the department I want to talk about, because this is the department that he probably came from, and this is what I'm talking about with a dude polite. Okay, I'm gonna say this again because this is me just forecasting and brainstorming and giving my opinion, my personal opinion of how operations are ran. So instead, just like the police, you know what I'm saying, they just switch you to a different department. So instead of this employee being fired, he was just sent to a different location, different department, far away from this girl, out of sight, out of mind. You heard? Out of sight, out of mind. And the department that he was probably sent to was, back down to the lower level department of where we about to go, like I say, or where I'm saying people like polite, I assume, okay, because I don't know polite, so we're gonna dig into that. But I assume is like, oh man, this one's deep. This is like church. So let's continue on. Crouch's lawyers said the network was attempting to cover it up to prevent a scandal, but a spokesperson for the network said they acted on what her mother had told them to do. In 2017, a year after Crouch's death, a jury awarded the granddaughter $2 million in damages for past and future mental suffering. Oh, that was probably just in the will. You know what I'm saying? Here, we're gonna give her that, when we go. And that was just in the will, so they they know what they did. But so Crouch, illness and death. Crouch suffered a massive stroke on May 25th, 2016, was hospitalized. She died in Orlando, Florida at the age of 78. Okay. Awards and honors. 1990. Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree from Oral Roberts University. We need to see who their backers are. Oral Roberts University. The Golden Angel Award. Excellence in Media. Excellence in Media. The word media. You say why these people platforms is important because they media. Golden Angel Award. Excellence in Media. Yeah, you see how these demons and these devils work, right? Make y'all think it's all good, so you send your kids into their stuff and you give them their money. Two-time Parents Television Council Entertainment Seals of Approval recipient, TBN, and Smile of a Child. Okay, Smile of a Child. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, so yes, yes, yes. Okay, so they had the campaign Smile of a Child. Okay, and that's what I want to talk about. Growth for TBN. Since its founding, Crouch served as TBN's vice president and director of network programming, as well as the director of programming for TBN's affiliate networks, such as the Smile for a Child children's channel, the I don't know how to say it, just JUCE Youth Network, okay, the Church Channel, and the TBN Elace USA, Spanish Language Network, Network, and others. She was also the president and manager of the Holy Land Experience theme park in Orlando. The Holy Land Experience theme park in Orlando. A lot of stuff focus on the children. Jan Crouch and her husband Paul Crouch Sr. also signed off on Matt Crouch and his wife Lori, now in charge of TBN. Praise the Lord, their signature and original show, as now becoming rather the primary host, as well as behind the scenes, to have produced over 4+ major motion pictures, along with other associated film entertainment groups to make, namely faith-based movies like End Times Films, The Omega Code, and the sequel, Megadito, The Omega Code 2. Okay, I'm just giving you a little briefing of these people because I'm about to bring it. I'm bringing it. Oh, see, I mentioned her and she's, see, I'm looking. Like I said, it's reading time today. I briefly mentioned Tammy Faye Baker, and now, okay, let's read right here because I see her name. So I'm just scrolling up. I see her name. Okay, so we talk about TBN founding. Okay, in 1973, Paul and Jan Crouch co-founded Trinity Broadcasting Network. This is right before I was born. Okay, so like as I was a child growing up, like I said, I remember these names and seeing them seeing them on TV, seeing them in the news, but we didn't have social media to keep it going on and on, so we could really broadcast this news, and it disappears. Money talks. Social media wasn't popping. So, like I say, if we go to roots, we see where we at right now and how we deeply under the Jezebel spirit. So let's go back. In 1973, Paul and Jan Crouch co-founded Trinity Broadcasting Network along with Jim and Tammy Faye Baker. Like I told you, I was just saying, like these people, for some reason, they people that come across my mind. I was like, yeah, just like Tammy Baker. I said that early in the live, and now they along with them. Okay, so we going somewhere. So now I got 2 for 1. Because like I said, I wanted to research Tammy, but I said that'd be another time. But Tammy pops up because she co-founded. Like I say, out of sight, out of mind. You don't do your research, you don't know. So today's a day of research for me. Because like I said, I want to talk about situations that we see right in our face right now with social media, with people like Polite, with people like all those that you want to talk about, all those that's out there that's doing it, all those that you don't see. This is where it stems from. Because it's a major operation. Major. And these little minions, these little agents, these tiny little predators are just getting little coins to do the dirty work for the upper ups and their networks and their organizations and their campaigns and their agenda to alter and change little boys making little girls, bring poisonous seeds in the little girls' minds where now they just completely corrupted, where they producing rotten fruits. It's an ongoing circle. So we talk about for almost 50 years of this operation right here. 50, almost 60 years, because we don't know the behind the scenes before it became mainstream. So it's been going on for a very long time, and I'm pretty sure it's still going on. So let's let's get into this, folks. Okay, so in 1973, Paul and Jan Crouch co-founded Trinity Broadcasting Network along with Jim and Tammy Faye Baker. The Bakers left in 1975. In 1974, TBN purchased its first TV station, KLXA TV, Channel 40, now KB, in Southern California, that demonic state where you got tons of witches out there, tons of witches out there in California, and began distribution through cable systems in 1978. Under the Crouch family, the TBN grew to become the United States' largest Christian television network, offering 24-hour commercial-free programming. And TBN is currently the third largest over-the-air station group in the United States, measured as percentage of homes reached, with CBS, Fox, and NBC holding the 4th, 5th, and 6th place, according to TV News checks annual listing in the top 30 station groups. TBN is currently the third largest over-the-air station group in the United States, measured as percentage of homes reached. Okay, so now let me get into it. And while I'm right here, let me just pull up Smile of a Child real quick. Let's see what Smile of a Child is. Let's oops. Okay, Smile of a Child. Is American Christian free-to-air television network owned and operated by the Trinity Broadcasting Network. Oh man, okay, yo, you know what? Okay, yo, okay, you know what? Like I say, man, my mind be playing super tricks on me, and before I can even read stuff, my mind already painted a major art, like a mural. And it's like look like hieroglyphics, but it's just real words and pictures and shit. And like I said, this rabbit hole's deep because when we talk about where I'm going with this, folks, I'm on a different plantation. I'm on the plantation of breeding. Because when you talk about molestation, you talk about sex. And when you talk about sex, you talk about intercourse. And when you talk about intercourse, you must talk about birth. And when I'm talking about birth, I'm talking about breeding. These demons breeding underground babies that you don't know. Can you just imagine one man breeding 25 babies that you don't know of, that is in a major underground plantation, where they are taking these homebred children, crossbreeding them with all other races to make the certain breed of people, and they trying to get the entertainers, they trying to get their actors, their dancers, all their superstars. And we talk about operation, like I said, this 40-50 years is just their network. Can you just imagine how many people that you don't know came from their network, that's you've been watching in on TV and movies, that you know that you've been watching, that came from their network, their Smile of a Child network, broadcast area in the United States, nationwide, headquarters, Garland, Texas, ownership, Trinity Broadcasting Network. They say it was launched in 2005. December 24, 2005, it was launched. How long it was been going on, the operation, before they start birthing their products. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They've been birthing their pods, their little seeds that they planted. Like Disney with Britney Spears and Drake. TBN. You got Disney, you got TBN. You understand? We need to know all these different mega networks out there that's been doing their thing, and then put it together with this underground operation, this underground plantations I'm talking about, of breeding children to become adults to run this world that's homebred demons. Underground underworld. They don't know nothing. They just know they was rich all their life. They don't know. That's why you gotta go watch that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. End of days, go watch the movie. Take you from birth, kill your real family. And most of the time, most of these families most of these children come from dope heads. You know what I'm saying? Drug addicts, alcoholics, abused people, mentally abused, sexually abused. You get them, and there you go. You get the babies from them. That's why this what's that, prenatal care? That's the home what you call that shit? Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood. All right, so let me switch over real quick. Like I said, I'm gonna switch the channel real fast. Let me finish reading a little bit about the Smile shit though. Owned and operated by Trinity Network. The network is aimed at children aged 2 to 12. Oh shit! I didn't. Yo, fam, I told you I'm doing this live with you. So if you can see, matter of fact, I should put the cam on so you can see me in operation, because as I'm reading, and if I pause from the reading, and I'm actually dropping and I'm talking to the mic of the laptop so you can hear me, because this microphone on the laptop is low. So if I pause, I'm not reading. So when I flip back to read, I'm reading with you. So if you're reading, if you can see it on the screen, you're reading before me, then that's what's up. But I'm just catching this. The network is aimed at children aged 2 to 12 and offers a mixture of children's religious and family-oriented programming. I love that word. The network was founded as the television branch of TBN's Smile of a Child ministry, created by TBN co-founder Jan Crouch. She's the Wicked Witch. She's the Jezebel. Smile is also available on paid TV providers, as well as on some streaming services that offer TBN 6 USA networks. The network is available in the US on AT&T, AT&T, Uverse, and Wave Broadband, and throughout North and Central America as a free-to-air channel on Galaxy 14 C-band, Galaxy 19K band, and available with Glory Star Christian satellite. The media waves, boy, they got this on Smash International. I want to know how many children they bred. Million folks. Like I said, I'm creating my own little movie. I'm creating my own movie. Speaking of movies, I'm creating my own movie. I'm gonna get to the movies, folks. Like I said, this is a real life movie. Okay, so Glory Star Christian satellite. Internationally, ABS-1 satellite to Asia, India, the Middle East, and Anglia. Anglia 2. That's a satellite. Launch for the Philippines. Both C-band and K-band signals in some areas of Asia and the Philippines. Yep, okay. I'm just looking at something. The network is also live streamed on both its own and TBN's website. In addition, the parent network, TBN, runs a Smile block on Saturday mornings. Competing network. Aired a 12-hour block of Smile programming for October 26, 2015 through June 30th, 2017. Okay, so I'm going to, I gave you, a little briefing of their background. So they focus on kids from 2 to 12 to program them. And they have satellites all over the place. It's the church. And they're broadcasting all over the place. So let me just go back. Let me go back. Let me get about that real quick. Let me try and find the molestation situation. Okay. So now let me just give you an image. Well, the Jezebel look. Don't she look like Nicki Minaj? Don't Nicki Minaj look like her, should I say? I'm looking, like I said, I'm skimming through trying to find some. Sorry, I'm quiet. Sorry, I'm quiet. All right, let's pause from them for 2 seconds because I'm now got to bring it to a little curve because but I gotta stay on them because this is the topic. We gonna put them on. We're gonna put them on the sideline for 2 seconds. What happened to Jan Crouch have an affair with? Okay, who? Damn, I can't find what I was looking. I should have saved. I'm so mad at myself. I thought it was just gonna pop back up. All right, let me just punch in the right now. Then put scandal. I'm about to bring it around, folks. Yeah, so I'm going, man. I kind of try not to jump too fast because I want to bring it to. I want to really build this up, folks. I want to build this up because it's just too easy to jump and point fingers real quick. It's too easy to jump and point fingers on little leaves and the fruits. Okay, let's sinful sex at 10 TBN in the motorhome for Jan Kraut's dog's alleged lawsuit. What the hell? The sex scandals are merely crumbs for the table of a lawsuit filed this week against Trinity Christian Center at Santa Ana, which includes allegations that founder Paul and Jan fetched a $50 million jet through a sham loan to an alter ego corporation, a $50 million jet, and that the $100,000 motorhome was purchased from Jan's pooches. Okay, I don't know what that's about. I just saw something sex and I just punched in it. So let's see. But $50 million jet. What years was this? You know what I'm saying? $100,000. Y'all want to talk about grifters? $100,000 motorhome for her pooches, her dogs. Y'all want to talk about the grifters? Y'all want to stay low budget though, low level. McVeigh, who is Cooper's uncle by marriage, alleged that Trinity lawyers falsely must sue him over a loan. Okay, now this ain't what I'm looking for, but like I said, we just talked about a little grifting. We talk about money. I want you to see the money, the power. $50 million jet. And he mentioned Newport Beach, and that's what is that? The suit alleges that Trinity has a gluttonous of appetite for the things of this world, for multiple residential estates, including one in Newport Beach in Miami, falsely reported as guest homes of church parsonages to avoid income disclosures, to meal expenses up to $500,000 for each of the company's directors, as well as multiple back channel distribution, kickbacks, and related schemes, such as tens of millions of dollars distributed through a company owned by TBN director Matthew Crouch, called Generations Axion Entertainment. In addition to Fido's, in addition to Fido Motorhome, the suit alleges that Trinity director unlawfully received and did not report multiple vehicles, including the latest Bentley recently purchased by Trinity Broadcasting for director Paul Crouch Sr., the most recent Denali purchased by Trinity Broadcasting for director Janice Crouch, a new Suburban recently purchased by Trinity Broadcasting for director Matthew Couch, and numerous other vehicles. McVeigh is seeking damages for financial loss, attorney fees, loss of reputation, and punitive damages. Respond to phone call, okay? So now we're looking at lawsuits and we're getting to the grift of them. Okay, so now we look at, I'm still trying to find all the little, like I say, they dealing with the little kids. You have molestation, you have her getting very furious over to a granddaughter about it. You talk about cover-ups. Okay. Then you talk about payouts when you die out to your granddaughter, you know, saying for her pain and suffering, for shutting up and keeping it quiet. And then we just want to go into the rabbit hole now. Look, the little predators out there that paid attention to this and watched this as it was happening, develop, and how they get caught up in situations. How people like Polite and people like a Tariq Mechee and many others that y'all want to talk about, and all those that you don't want to talk about, can get caught up into the mix. One thing I always thought about Jay-Z, I was like, you know, he always said he never got arrested for selling drugs. And he bragged about that. In my mind, I was like, I wonder if he ever got like really, did he ever get a yellow envelope pulled in front of him? Like, yo, we got you, you know, this is you, but this what you're gonna do. So my whole thing is, a lot of these creeps and their little deals, you gotta understand, when they get arrested, and a lot of these creeps, they get deals. They go upstairs, you know what I'm saying? They go up with the detectives and they go into the room. A lot of these dudes, you know, whatever crime they do, a lot of these dudes, they do crimes, okay? And you find these dudes, they doing these crimes. And as they doing these crimes, folks, the crimes that they do lead them to certain rabbit holes. So if you have individuals who are shooters, who are killers, murderers, it can lead down a certain rabbit hole. If you got guys that's out there, pimps and hustlers, it can lead down, your mission can lead down certain rabbit holes if you've chosen. A person like Polite, in the rabbit hole that he went down, is a rabbit hole that I would say is a rabbit hole of using knowledge, information to gather the resources that's needed. But yet and still, that was like the topping on the cake. But the ingredients of the cake was, no matter what, he has a desire for, a lustful desire for young girls. Now, if that's the case, he's perfect for these type of people, TBN. He's perfect for operations where he can be able to do little things like what I'm going to pull up for you. I'm going to remove this. We're going to stop that screen. We're going to present this screen. A lot of folks need to really check these folks out and really dig this rabbit hole. So, action. Let's go right here. So y'all playing games with this rabbit hole. I'm gonna go to this movie right here.
Oh my darling! Happy birthday,
Dad. Guess what? You know my friend Amanda?
Yep.
Her cousins asked us to spend vacation with them in Paris. I really want to go. Hi, Daddy.
You were supposed to call me when you land.
Someone here.
What?
Oh my God, they got Amanda. They're coming.
All right, listen to me. Go to the next bedroom, under the bed. Tell me when you're there. Now, the next part is very important. They're going to take you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. Where are they? If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it.
You have a 96-hour
What?
to never finding her.
No.
But if you don't, I will look.
The predators.
I will find you.
So, because a lot of you folks don't really understand where we at with the situation. You had these networks, these broadcasting networks out here way before these men was born, that was doing these things way before them, and the news was talking about them. And then when you check the situation out, you investigate, you do your research, and then you see how many people emulate what they seen. And then, like I say, got caught up in the mix of what's going on. You don't become multimillionaires without an operation. I'm talking about millionaires where you got $50 million jet. You have an operation. And the underground operation is the darkest part. The underground part is the darkest part. That's why I showed the movie Taken. I showed that little scene. And it happened to what? Not just the poor. It happened not just to little children, but we talk about grown teens, because we want clean virgins so we can really birth and use it for the money we want to get from things. So you gotta understand how deep these operations be with these people that y'all want to say is scammers and grifters and stuff like that. But like I said, the rabbit hole is way deeper than what you are seeing. Way deeper. I mean, flip through one last movie so that you can really get in your mind. This is way deeper than what you are seeing. It's about the operations, about all the operations and network. It's the reason why Hillary Clinton was underneath a certain level of scrutiny, and you have microscopes and telescopes all on her, binoculars all on her internet. And what was the scandal? Children, pedophilia. The Clinton Foundation, pedophilia. So, like we say, when we talk about what the level we at, this is very scary, because we just want to look at the little small things, and we just want to jump on these little black guys, and not knowing that they just the small agents for the higher up. Let's grab one more. I'm gonna stop that screen right there. I'm gonna present this screen real quick for you. Let me share this screen for you. How many people's familiar with this right here? How many people's familiar with this right here? Let's go to this right here.
Choo, Mommy, your turn. Choo choo. Here we are. Let's play games.
How many people are familiar with this?
Marco. Polo.
See,
Marco.
they had to get a pretty face to add to it now,
Marco.
because they want you to understand the depth of it.
Frankie. Frankie.
You show the whole thing. You show the whole little trailer, because I want you to understand this is real
Are you
life.
hiding, Frankie?
Every day, all day.
Has anybody
News
seen a little boy with short curly
What they have their own little news report.
Can't find him.
Can you imagine seeing that happen? When you get to it and this happens, can you imagine getting that close? Can you imagine?
Help me!
But y'all don't want to talk about the real situation, because y'all want to really just do real quick. But like I said, there's a real situation here that thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of children every day is born being affected, because they all being put on this
If
plantation.
you wait with me here, ma'am, we'll file a report right now.
It's a birthing plantation. It's a breeding plantation.
They waited.
It's a spell casting, brain contaminating plantation. And many of you are on the plantation right now with internet, with social media. Who's going to go to the extreme to save their child? This is what I'm showing. I'm going to show you the extreme of saving your children.
Let me tell
So
you
it's really about your baby.
As long as my son is in that car, I will not stop. Wherever
How
you
would
go,
you go, and how far
I
you
will
go?
be right
Are you
behind
really
you.
ready to go in this rabbit hole? Are you ready to dig deep into this rabbit hole? People like polite. There's no telling. I mean, this is now me just starting the rumor. Not really starting the rumor, but painting the picture. It's not really starting the rumor. I apologize for that. That's wrong words, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm painting the picture. But people like polite are used for rings and operations like this. They the kidnappers. Just like you have shooters, you have killers, and you have hitmen, you have people that's part of operations of kidnapping children. Just like you have it for body parts. And the reason why you have people like this, because they have a certain soul tied to it itself. It's not just about money for them. They are really soul tied to it. Because for you to do and be part of something like this, for you to be part of pedophilia, for you to be part of sexual anything, you have to have a certain type of soul tie. And you have to, if you don't want to have that soul tie, you have to break that soul tie. And a lot of times it comes from ancestral curses. There's no telling what his grandfather was like, his great grandfather, his father, his mother, whatever case may be, because it stems from somewhere. Now I'm gonna go pull up this video that made me really go into it, because I said, because when I thought about polite, I said, let me find something on him. Because like I say, this kidnapping of children, this is beyond your imagination. Like a matter of fact, it's scary. For example, just last night I left the football practice I was with, and one of the guys said that his mom was on his way. She was coming from Wendy's, and so like I watched everybody leave, and then he was still there. I'm about to leave, and he's still there. I'm like, yo, hold on, let's make sure his mom's coming, because there's no telling if something happened to his mom's on the way there. So I'm like, okay, 5 minutes went by, 10 minutes went by, but you said 15 minutes ago she was already on her way. She's right down the block getting Wendy's. 15 minutes went by. I got out the car, went to go talk to him, like, yo, you okay? He said, yeah, I just got the phone. She said she's, coming down the block. 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by. I'm like, yo, hold up. And it's the park, and I'm like, all right, you look, come down here and stand. Like he's a young kid, about like 12, 13, but like you come down here and stay underneath this light no matter what, so your moms can see you. And that's the type of concern that we have to have in our minds when it comes to this destruction that they try and put on with our children. So let's now go into the main topic. See, with me, like I say, I'm going to go to the seed and bring the roots, and then build the roots, then the trunk, and then the branches, and then get the fruit. So you guys just want the sweet fruit. Y'all just want to come get the sweet fruit. But we're gonna set it up where the sweet fruit, you gotta find the sweet fruit. But if you just stay with it, you would have got all that sweet juice. All that sweet juice. All right, so now let's remove this right here. I just want to paint pictures real quick. I like to paint the picture. Describe the scripture. Love to be with you. So the first video that I saw was this video right here. Because I said, let me go see what's up with this whole situation. Let me know what he be talking about. I was going to spend maybe like 30 minutes just listening to him and seeing what he really be talking about. I don't know what the brother be talking about. I know one of my boys, he was a follower of Polite. So let's just go and hear what we gotta be said.
Start speaking the way this gentleman was speaking. He was the one running around here talking about the black woman is God. You feel it with the kids, aggravated, started yet, and I'm already getting slightly aggravated and let me tell you why I'm getting just slightly aggravated. Do you realize what this guy is charged with? He's not charged with like credit card scamming or, you know, robbery or whatever, right? This guy is charged with something that's very serious. And in the black community, and when I was talking with this with definitely other people, is that this has been going on in the black community for a long time. How many people have heard about certain family members you don't leave kids with?
Let me pause it for 1 second. Matter of fact, let me go back to the top real quick, because like I say, now we at the juice. Now, I didn't, like I said, I just seen the title and I just pressed it and I just seen, oh, is this guy speaking? I said, what is he saying about polite? He has an interesting viewpoint on a lot of things. So what is he talking about polite? And so I listened to only maybe like 5 minutes. I said, okay, I'm going to use this for the video. So I didn't listen to the 5 minutes of this video because I said, this is good for what we're going to talk about. Whatever else is, this is an hour and 31 minutes. So this is actually something I can actually use for the topic itself, or I can still investigate and look for more on this dude polite. But I remember when a cat, Honor was doing, when Leonard Honor decided that he wanted to switch over from talk about Umar Johnson and he wanted to look at different, he started saying, we're going to look at other scammers in the black community. And so he started to try and do videos on polite. And all they would, you know, he was going on, all the little information he was going on was the information that y'all was seeing. You were seeing, and you seen some guy come out and he's saying that he was robbed by polite for a few dollars, a lot, you know, some money. He was scammed out some money. You start seeing people, then everybody trying to talk about, you know, oh, polite, talk about, you know, fixing credit and all this other stuff. Everybody was just talking the little basic things that they were seeing. Like even with Umar Johnson, all those people was talking about the basic things that they were seeing. You feel me? Let me get this guy off my screen for 2 seconds. Put me on screen. All you're seeing was the basic things of scamming. You was like, you seen, oh, he's collecting money and he don't have no lights. And I'm sitting in the building like, yo, there's some lights in the building. Y'all was sitting there saying, oh, what the hell's going on? Y'all was saying Umar is doing this and doing that. And I was like, nah, I'm actually there because you guys was going off the basics. But when like I said, I was there. So anything I was saying was off of facts of me really being there. You guys were going off of basic little leaves that you see. I was going off facts. So I wasn't paying attention to when Lennon Honor was talking about polite. I wasn't watching nobody video talk about polite, nothing like that. So I don't know the polite story, but except for the little tiny little bits that I was seeing, and most of everything was so about, well, this guy driving around in this car, he making this money, it was money. Wonder where that money was really coming from. Because this brother saying that the charges was upgraded, like, and it came like a shocking curveball. Like, where did this come from? And like, that's why I wanted to watch this video, because even he's speaking like, where the hell did this come from? So, where did these charges come from? And this video was 2 years ago. This video that I'm looking at is 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure. I believe this video was 2 years ago. Where's it? Where's it at? Okay, let me see. When did this come out? Let me see. This was streamed 2 years ago. That's some deep shit. Like I said, I was not paying attention to it at all. But a tad bit, only because I said I might have seen a little for 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds of someone really saying Well, he, you know, because you do the caption like what? But I wasn't following them. I don't know how long they talk about molestation. I don't know how they, you know, the pedophilia stuff. Nothing. But I'm just saying, where you think he was getting this real money from? Fixing people credit? Because his charges was dealing with young girls. And you know how a lot of times they do R. Kelly on these people to protect the higher ups. They give a little somebody from the minions. They give the little predators. They give the little agents. And they allow this guy to get to a certain level where they give a little agent and to cover up for the bigger picture. I really want to know, is he down with the option? Because where did these charges come from? So I'm going to actually try and figure out a little bit where these charges really just came from. Because like I say, most people talk about him and scheming and scamming people out of money. Tens of thousands of dollars. But that's because they was going off his flash, not knowing like where was this guy getting flash from? Where was he getting cash from? And it would come down to, is he an agent for gathering little girls and boys and bringing them to the altar? It's part of that in the day type of operation, bringing the children to the altar, is he that type of creep? That's why I wanted to pull up a picture. Is he that type of creep? Let me let this cat talk for a little bit.
Robbery or whatever, right? This guy is charged with something that's very serious. And in the black community, and when I was talking with this with definitely other people, is that this has been going on in the black community for a long time. How many people have heard about certain family members you don't leave kids with? Come on, I'm not telling you to reveal who the family member is. But certain people say, nah, you're like, oh, leave the kids with Uncle so-and-so. No, I ain't leaving them with him. They say, nah, I'm taking them kids. Or you got a family member trying to get all touchy-feely with the kids. And everybody talking about the R. Kelly situation. How did he get started? He was molested by a female. What if he was never molested by a female? Then he went down this dark and demented road that he went down. I don't get some of y'all in the black community. Just because you like somebody doesn't mean they should not be held to actually a higher standard. He should have. He was the one running around here talking about the black woman is God. You mean tell me you're gonna hurt a little girl or have the accusations coming up? That should not be nowhere near you, because men know, fathers know, like, you don't be around children like that. I mean, you got men things to do anyway. So what the hell wrong with y'all? Then I seen some people in the comments, are you sure the charges were upgraded? See, you don't read anything, because I seen him I saw the video where he said he was celebrating. I'm like, are you serious? You celebrating like you won the case? But I will make sure to take the time to give you guys education, since he won't do it, education on what the charges are, what the Florida statutes are, and what time he can get with this. I don't know why he's celebrating. There ain't nothing to celebrate. Not at all. And one thing I'm going to keep saying, this guy has never one time said, hey, look, I'm innocent of this. There's no way, no how I did this, and this gonna come out. I'm telling y'all know your brother. You know I wouldn't do nothing like that. He never said that. You can say that without talking about the case. Don't tell me you can't say that. Now, yes, I know he pled not guilty. I know that. But we'll get to him in the courtroom, because we're in all of that. But outside of all that, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the stream today. It's your first time. If it's your first time, I appreciate you. You may
Attention business owners. If you're a business owner, you can get free access to the
Well, what was I supposed to do? I mean, I had to make a choice between, Biden and Trump. What was I supposed to do? And that's the
what the haters talking about. Family, this of a guilty plea from sexual battery to aggravated child abuse. A few days ago, Brother Polite broke his silence on his acceptance of a guilty plea from sexual battery to aggravated child abuse and delinquency of a minor, for which he received 7 years in prison. The question is, fam, do you believe that the prosecution got it right? Do you believe that Brother Polite is guilty or innocent? Thumbs up if you believe he is innocent. Thumbs down if you believe he's guilty. Up for innocent, down for guilty. I've been following this story for a while, and I have been patient about speaking on it because y'all know how I go with these type of cases, fam. You got 3 sides to the story: his side, her side, and the truth. And for much of the time that I've been looking at the story, it's just been one side has been like only what we've heard Polite speak on, right?
Here are the top 3 dirty self-defense moves. Number 1, throwing dirt in your opponent's eyes. Throwing an object at your opponent's eye.
Brother Polite made a video explaining himself, pretty much letting us know what really happened. At one point, he made a video denying that there was ever a deal in the first place. But then he comes out with the video talking about how he was pretty much railroaded, like, look, didn't really have a choice. So here's the story. He says that a woman calls him at 2 o'clock in the morning, asks him to take her 14-year-old daughter to a party. He vehemently rejects her offer. Like, what do I look like, a grown man taking some 14-year-old who looks like a minor, who obviously looks like a minor, to a party? And then he fast forwards some 14-year-old party. And a woman calls him at 2 o'clock in the morning, asks him to take her 14-year-old daughter to a party. He vehemently rejects her offer. Like, what do I look like, a grown man taking some 14-year-old who looks like a minor, who obviously looks like a minor, to a party? And then he fast forwards and says, so she got drunk and she was high, and the mother took her to the authorities. I guess because I didn't take her to the authorities, then they charged me. Uh, insinuating that had he made the plea, let me back up a little bit. He also said that when he broke up with the woman at that point in a text message told him that she was going to ruin his life. She's going to ruin his life. So that's the motive, he said. That's the motive, and it's in the text messages. The question is, where are the text messages? Like, how come we haven't seen these text messages? Now, we do know text messages can be altered, but you know, they got them forensic people. They can come in and they can determine whether or not the stuff was real or not, you know, because they don't have to look at screenshots. They can go into that phone and see what's happening for real. So it would be interesting to know where that is. But this is the part that gets me, fam. The man skipped over from the saying that he would not take the child take the child out to a club, to all of a sudden the child is drunk and high. And here's something else. Allegedly, there's DNA, his DNA was on the child's clothing.